Have you ever noticed that your legs feel heavier, your knees tighter, or that even short walks leave you unusually tired? Most people assume it's just aging. But what if I told you that something you're eating, something that seems healthy, something you probably eat often, might actually be making things worse? It sounds hard to believe, but certain fruits, yes, fruits, can quietly chip away at your joint health, increase inflammation, and drain the strength from your legs without you even realizing it. They look innocent, they taste sweet, refreshing, and natural. But behind that flavor, some fruits hide acids, sugars, and compounds that over time can damage circulation, worsen stiffness, and increase pain in your lower body. The worst part? You won't feel it right away. The effects build slowly, day by day, until one day getting up from a chair feels like lifting weights, and a simple walk becomes a struggle. In today's video, we are going to uncover 6 fruits that adults over 60 should avoid or eat only in moderation, especially if you want to reduce joint pain, protect your knees and ankles, and stay mobile for years to come. And yes, some of these are probably in your kitchen right now. Stick with me until the end, your legs will thank you. And before we begin, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications if you are serious about protecting your health and staying independent. And if you're watching this right now, type "I'm in" the comments so I know you're on board. Fruit 1. Banana, the sweet deceiver that weighs down your legs. Soft, comforting, and filled with potassium, bananas have long been seen as the go-to fruit for energy and muscle support. But for older adults, this trusted snack could quietly be working against you. Here is what many don't realize. Bananas are loaded with fast-digesting carbohydrates and natural sugars. For people over 60, the body no longer processes these sugars efficiently. Instead of a smooth energy boost, it often causes sudden spikes in blood sugar, followed by crashes that leave your muscles drained and your legs feeling heavy or achy. You might feel it after meals, a dull ache in your thighs, tightness climbing stairs, or a sense of fatigue in your calves even without much activity. But it doesn't stop there. Bananas can also lead to water retention, especially in individuals with slower kidney function or circulation issues. That swelling often settles in the lower body, causing puffiness in the ankles, stiff knees, and uncomfortable joint pressure. The danger? Most people eat bananas regularly, at breakfast, on the go, even before bed, thinking they're helping their health. But this habit may be quietly feeding the very symptoms you're trying to fight: inflammation, stiffness, and poor circulation. Of course, bananas aren't poison. But for seniors dealing with blood sugar issues or leg pain, it may be wise to scale back or eat them less frequently, especially if your legs feel sore or swollen more often than they should. Fruit 2. Watermelon, the hydrating illusion that drains your energy. Few things feel as refreshing as a cold slice of watermelon on a warm day. It's sweet, juicy, and often praised for being low in calories. But for older adults, especially those concerned about leg pain or circulation, watermelon might not be as innocent as it seems. While it's true that watermelon is made up of mostly water, it also has a very high glycemic index. That means it causes your blood sugar to spike rapidly, almost like eating candy. And after the age of 60, your body becomes less efficient at managing those spikes. Insulin sensitivity drops, circulation slows down, and sugar stays in the bloodstream longer, leading to fatigue, swelling, and inflammation, particularly in the lower limbs. You may not notice it right away. But if you feel your legs getting tired after meals, experience a dull ache in your calves, or notice swelling in your knees or ankles after eating watermelon, your body might be signaling a problem. What makes it worse is that watermelon feels so light and healthy that it is easy to overeat. 2 slices become 4, and without realizing it, you've overloaded your system with natural sugars. fueling inflammation and joint discomfort that can last for hours or even days. This doesn't mean you need to banish watermelon completely, but if you're dealing with weak legs, morning stiffness, or poor circulation, it might be worth limiting your intake and observing how your body responds. Fruit 3. Grapes. The tiny fruit with a hidden inflammatory bite. They're small, sweet, and dangerously easy to snack on. Grapes are often seen as a heart-healthy treat, but for people over 60, they can quietly become a trigger for joint pain and inflammation, especially in the legs. Why? Because grapes are packed with fructose, a type of natural sugar that's harder for the aging body to process. When your liver can't efficiently handle the fructose, it converts it into fat and uric acid. And when uric acid builds up in the body, it often settles in the joints, especially in the toes, knees, and ankles, leading to pain, stiffness, and swelling. You might not link it to grapes at first. Maybe it starts as a burning ache in your feet at night, stiffness in your calves after standing too long, or a strange soreness in your hips that lingers. But if you've been munching on grapes regularly, especially in large amounts, they might be playing a bigger role than you realize. Another issue is how deceptively easy they are to overeat. A few grapes quickly become a bowlful, flooding your body with sugar, without the usual warning signs of a sugar crash, because fructose doesn't spike your blood sugar the same way glucose does. But its effects are longer lasting and often more harmful to your joints and circulation. That doesn't mean grapes need to be completely off limits, but for seniors dealing with inflammation, gout, or unexplained lower body pain, they're a fruit worth treating with caution. Fruit 4. Tomatoes. The acidic culprit. Disguised as a superfood. Surprised to see tomatoes here? You're not alone. Technically a fruit, tomatoes are everywhere, on your salad, in sauces, in soups, and even in your morning juice. They're often praised for their antioxidants, low calories, and heart-friendly benefits. But for aging joints and legs, tomatoes can carry some hidden risks. Here's why. Tomatoes belong to the nightshade family, a group of plants that includes eggplants, peppers, and potatoes. These foods contain alkaloids, naturally occurring compounds that can irritate joint tissue and increase inflammation in sensitive individuals, especially those with arthritis, osteoarthritis, or poor circulation. Add to that their high acidity, and you've got a double hit. This acidity may not cause any problems in youth, but as you age, your body becomes less effective at neutralizing acid. That can lead to discomfort, especially in areas where inflammation already tends to build up, like the knees, hips, and ankles. If you often eat tomatoes or tomato-based products and experience tightness in your joints, stiffness in the morning, or cramping in your legs during sleep, the cause might not be your mattress or even your age. It could be the tomatoes in your dinner. Processed tomato products like canned sauces and ketchups are even more problematic. They often contain added sugars and preservatives, amplifying their inflammatory potential. You don't need to give up tomatoes forever, but if you deal with chronic stiffness or leg pain, try cutting them out for a week or two and see if your body feels lighter, looser, and more energized. Fruit 5. Pineapple. The acid-sugar combo that slowly wears down your joints. Pineapple is often seen as a tropical hero. Juicy, refreshing, and praised for its enzyme bromelain, known for anti-inflammatory properties. But for people over 60, this fruit might be quietly doing more harm than good. While it may look harmless in your fruit bowl, pineapple is highly acidic and contains a significant amount of natural sugars. And as your body ages, it becomes more sensitive to both. That refreshing slice may feel healthy, but behind the taste, it could be irritating your joints and spiking your blood sugar in ways that directly affect your legs. For older adults, this can mean increased joint stiffness, especially for those with arthritis and poor circulation, leading to leg fatigue or cramping after activity. And bromelain. The very enzyme that gives pineapple its healthy reputation may interfere with certain medications, particularly blood thinners, either intensifying or weakening their effect. That makes pineapple especially risky if you're on regular medication and unaware of this interaction. The tricky part? The damage doesn't happen overnight. You won't eat pineapple once and feel pain. But over time, with repeated consumption, you may notice heavier legs when standing up, dull calf pain after walking short distances, or tightness around your ankles, without ever suspecting the fruit. Pineapple isn't inherently bad, but it's not ideal for everyone. If you're experiencing recurring joint discomfort, swelling or fatigue in your lower body, it may be time to reduce how often you eat it and see how your body reacts. Fruit 6. Green apples, the sour snack that tightens your joints. Green apples are often seen as the healthy choice, low in sugar, high in fiber, and perfect for a light snack. Their tart, crisp bite gives them a clean image, especially compared to sweeter red varieties. But for older adults, especially those dealing with joint discomfort or leg fatigue, this popular fruit may be more irritating than helpful. Let's start with the malic acid, the compound that gives green apples their signature tartness. In younger bodies, it's usually harmless, but as we age, joints become more sensitive, and acid can cause irritation in both joint tissues and the digestive system. That may show up as a tightness in the knees, dull aches in the hips at night, or even a burning tension in your calves and ankles, especially when getting up after sitting. It might feel like arthritis or simple fatigue, but it could be your body reacting to repeated exposure to acids. And while green apples are lower in sugar than many fruits, they still contain natural sugars, which can cause small blood sugar fluctuations in seniors with slower metabolisms or insulin resistance. Those shifts can contribute to leg cramps, morning stiffness, and a noticeable dip in walking strength or energy. Even more concerning is how green apples are often eaten raw on an empty stomach or even before bed. That means the acids and sugars hit your system without any buffer, making their effects stronger and longer lasting. So, if you've been enjoying green apples as your safe snack, but are also noticing chronic joint tension, leg soreness, or poor circulation, it might be time to take a break and choose a gentler fruit instead. What to eat instead? Fruits that strengthen, not weaken. Now that you've seen which fruits may be quietly working against your joints, circulation, and leg strength, let's shift gears, because not all fruits are the enemy. In fact, some fruits can be powerful allies in your journey to stay active, independent, and pain-free. Let's look at a few of the best ones for older adults. Berries, the gentle anti-inflammatory protectors. Blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, and strawberries are packed with antioxidants and low in sugar. They help reduce inflammation, support blood vessel health, and don't cause major spikes in blood sugar. Many seniors who switch from sugary fruits to berries report lighter steps, less joint stiffness, and fewer aches after walking. Cherries, nature's uric acid regulators. Cherries, especially tart ones, have been shown to lower uric acid levels, a key culprit in joint pain and swelling. Just a small handful can help ease discomfort in your toes, knees, or ankles. They're especially helpful for anyone managing gout or chronic joint inflammation. Avocados, healthy fats for smooth movement. Yes, avocado is technically a fruit, and it's one of the best for joint health. Its rich, healthy fats help lubricate joints, calm inflammation, and stabilize blood sugar. That means fewer cramps, better mobility, and more lasting energy throughout the day.